New York State governor dropped his push to give driver's license or issue driver's license to illegal immigrants and others. The governor, Eliot Spitzer, acknowledged that he had misjudged the public and he could not get enough support for his plan. And then he took a jab at his critics, calling them unreasonable and irresponsible. Why is that? Well, joining us now is the president of the Federation for American Immigration Reform, Dan Stein, and Deborah Notkin, who's an immigration attorney. Dan, let's start with you if we could. Isn't the idea behind driver's licenses to make sure that the people who are driving know the rules and how to operate the vehicle? Isn't that what it's primarily about?
A driver's license is much more than that, of course. It's basically the keys to the kingdom. Since we don't have a national ID card, if you get a driver's license, most Americans assume it means you've got a right to be in the country, probably a U.S. citizen. You use it to do virtually everything. It's your de facto ID document. That's not what a driver's license means. A driver's license does not now and never has meant anything about. Now, I'm not saying that the governor was right or wrong about his thing, but it just seems like that the people on polar opposites of this political issue, and let's face it, it's political, isn't part of this, Deborah? I mean, isn't a large part of this that they're worried that illegal immigrants will get signed up and be able to vote, and that Republicans believe they'll largely vote Democratic, and that's the reason Spitzer was doing this? I mean, can't we lift the veil and say that much?
You know, Shepard, it's interesting because one thing people aren't saying is that many of these people did have driver's licenses in New York until 2004 when they changed the criteria and these driver's licenses were revoked. There are many people here with driver's licenses that are legal immigrants, non-immigrants. There has been no voter fraud, and nobody who wants to be part of this country wants to commit a crime to cast one vote. So that's a straw man. What's really going on here, though, is that this driver's license issue was yet another effort by a state to deal with the real problem of 12 million undocumented. It's the federal government's responsibility to get back to the drawing board. We know we're not deporting these people. We know we're not leaving, at least in New York State. Many are an integral part of our economy.
I don't think anybody will doubt that, Dan Stein. I mean, you just look around and you know they're part of an integral part of our economy. They're doing work on every corner. It's hard to miss. I just wonder if you don't think driver's licenses. Well, they are, aren't they?
Oh, come on, I'm not going to accept that. How do you know who's illegal? What do you got, X-ray vision? How do you know who's illegal and who's not? The point is the states need to bring their laws into conformance with the federal government so that they work together to enforce immigration laws. We will never stop illegal immigration if states are handing out benefits.
Here now out?
Look, as part of any kind of enforcement scheme, you got to deal with the people here illegally now. That's what the whole objective is.
The ones who are driving? Do we try to make sure they know how to drive before we put them on the road?
That's exactly why we need to have driver's licenses.
I'm asking Dan. Come on.
No, people who don't respect any aspect of immigration law or tax law or anything else, why are they going to obey driving law? Why do you assume that by giving them a driver's license, they're suddenly going to respect our laws?
I didn't. I just said I wonder how we can.
Look at Spitzer's approval numbers. The guy's poll numbers are plummeting because he's arrogant and he won't listen to the. He's not respectful of other people's points of view.
That's why he changed his mind all of a sudden, it looks like to me.
You know what? These people had driver's licenses and they did abide by the law and they did get insurance when they had them.
I'm out of time.
I don't buy
Deborah and Dan. Okay, well, difference of opinion. But the governor backed down because the people were against him, and he said it flat out right there. He's like, I misjudged the people. I was wrong.